Viewer discretion is advised.
Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. My name is YoAdrian, and today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new game called Radio General. This game was actually just released a few days ago by Foolish Mortals. It is basically like a unique strategy game where you are a general during the World War II era sitting in a tent. All you have is a map and a radio, and you basically interact with your units over the radio using speech recognition. So what's kind of cool about this game is if you guys play LSPDFR and it's like you guys use vocal dispatch, it's basically the exact same thing, except it's built into the game, and that is how you communicate with your soldiers. There's also an option to where you can also just do it through like using your mouse, so you don't have to, if you don't have a microphone or anything like that. But we're going to be going to use the vocal recognition today because that sounds pretty cool. Now looking here at the main menu, we got campaign, online co-op, we got replay vault, which is probably like your vaults and stuff like that, or like your battles, how you did and whatnot. We got a map editor, which you can probably edit the map with. Archives, options, credits, quit, and then you can also join their Discord server through the menu as well. Let's go and take a look at the options here. For gameplay, everything I have checkmarked is the default, so whatever was checkmarked during the actual game is here. Or whatever they basically gave you as default settings is basically checked over here. So I'm not messing with any of those. Video, I have it set to 1440. Graphics quality can go up to like high or ultra. I have it set to high because it's not really a graphic intensive game. So the game's not basically meant to be part of the graphics. Outdoor scenery, you can also do windowed mode if you want. Sound, I ended up turning everything to about medium or so, about halfway. One thing is really cool, you can check like different languages and stuff, so you got about 6 different languages you can do to play this game. And microphone, like I said, it does have the speech recognition, so it will actually detect your microphone and stuff like that. You can also check the microphone, see if everything works, to see if it'll pick it up and all that fun stuff, which is kind of cool because normally you don't get that in a game. And then of course controls, I ended up keeping the same because there's no reason for me to be changing those. So let's go ahead and hop in the campaign mode here. We got to come back here to resume. Let's go ahead and hit campaign. We'll probably do some online co-op here soon, but right now we're just going to stick with the tutorial campaign. We're going to create a new one. As you guys can see, I kind of already done one. But we're going to create a new one. So realism is going to be normal. We're just going to keep the figurines. Units become exhausted. Yeah, we're going to keep that kind of realistic. And I do not want to skip the tutorial because I'm still trying to figure out the game and everything. So we're going to name this YoAdrian 1 since we already have a YoAdrian. So let's go ahead and create this and let's go ahead and test out the game.
On December 17, 1939, the first Canadians landed in Britain, vanguard of a great army. They came to finish the job that their fathers had begun a quarter of a century before. In June 1940 came the first call to action. In high spirits, they marched to the ships on their way to France, itching for a fight. Once across the Channel, the Canadians penetrated more than 200 miles. But with the tragic collapse of France came the order to return to Britain. In the dark days after Dunkirk, almost the only trained and equipped troops between Hitler and London were General MacNaughton's Canadians, who stood guard throughout those days of high tension. While hurricanes swept the sky, Canadian ack-ack batteries blazed at the Luftwaffe from the ground, playing their part in the Battle of Britain. And now the Canadians are preparing to rip through the Huns when the Allied War Council gives the signal for the cross-channel dash on the road to Berlin. The Canadians are ready. 0 hour is coming.
Alright, so we saw that little video clip there about getting ready for the war and stuff like that. So once you're done with that video clip, you will be taken to this map here. So we have user-made missions, which is probably like people that actually have the game made a couple different like extra missions. We have a casualty report, and then we have 1942. So let's go ahead and click 1942. And we have the DFA, which I'm assuming is how you pronounce it. I'm like bad with pronouncing stuff, so we're going to go ahead and click that. And then Stalin has demanded a second front be opened. Canadian officers are eager to prove the worth of the Canadian Army. A daring raid on the French port town of Dieppe is ready. We attack in the morning. So extra mission duration we don't need. Slower game speed. We're not going to worry about. So let's go ahead and hit play and see what the game's all about. Alright, so we got some like news articles, some telegrams here, some photographs and stuff like that. I'm not going to like read through all this stuff, so you guys can kind of look at it and pause the video if you guys want to take a look at it. But we've pretty much kind of gone through all this stuff already, so, or I have at least. But yeah, so we got another news article here that Canada declares war from September 9th, 1939, or September 11th, 1939, whichever. And then we just have some photographs over here. The Canadian troops embarking during training exercises, and we have them landing or going there going ashore. And then here we have something about a mortar torpedo, personal landing crew draft away from a running torpedo. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit continue here. Let's go and check out the game. Alright, so overview. With the Eastern Front going poorly, Stalin has demanded the opening of a second front. Canadian officers are eager to prove the worth of the Canadian Army and are prepared to bring the fight to the Germans. A daring raid on the French port town of Dieppe is ready. Canadian, British, and American forces attack in the morning. To achieve complete surprise, no preemptive bombardments will be used. We expect the enemy to be unprepared and their defenses weak. Our troops will push inland, take the town, and fall back to the boats after the allotted time. This will be a decisive show of force and show the Germans that we mean business. You will command the flanks of the operation. Several commando units have landed behind enemy lines. You must silence enemy guns and prevent any enemy reinforcements from reaching Dieppe. So we already read the mission briefing as what this says. So let's go ahead and hit proceed. So will you use voice commands? Yes, I will be. Hold spacebar to say start mission. Okay. Start mission.
Roger. Mission is a go.
Okay, so mission is a go. So the voice recognition does actually work. You can pan the camera with WASD, which is like your normal thing. Zoom in with the mouse wheel, which is also normal. So I'm a general sitting in a tent. My units are currently in France and are far away from me. Okay. An infantry company named Able has infiltrated enemy lines. However, since Able is far away with you, you can't interact with them directly. So they are over there. Figurine represents Able. It is not the unit itself. However, it can be used to send orders to Able. Okay. So you can view Able stats by right-clicking on the figurine and clicking Unit Stats. Try this now. Unit Stats. Okay, so we've got 100 troops in Able. Morale's 100%. They're about 6 kilometers an hour. Damage is 0.55. Voice commands are activated by holding spacebar. Try this now. Okay, so we'll X out of that. The bottom left panel shows available commands. Detected commands are highlighted as you speak. Release spacebar to execute topmost recognized command or say clear. Everything done with voice commands can also be done with right-clicking the unit figurines. It's like I was saying in the beginning of the video, you can actually use the mouse or you can use the voice commands depending on what you feel more comfortable with. Have Able report status. Hold spacebar. Say Able report status. Release spacebar. Able report status.
Able, we're at November 9.
So they're at November 9. Left click and drag Abel's figurine to the coordinates. So November, which is here, and then 9, which is that blue circle right there. Figurines pulse when correctly positioned near their actual unit. This also grants minor combat bonuses. Okay.
Charlie here. Our landing craft has reached the beaches and we're about to disembark.
Okay, so Charlie has reached the beaches.
Able here. We can see artillery at location 2. Charlie here. Get to a foxhole. Don't move until the barrage lets up.
Okay, so Charlie's under attack. We need to silence those guns. Tell Abel to move to the nearby hill. Abel, move to location 2.
Able here. Roger.
Normally you can't see where your units are, however we'll make an exception for this mission. You can now see Abel's true position, the blue rifle. Okay, so that's the true position. Units fight when in attack range, red circle. Each unit also has health, defense, and morale. Luckily for us, artillery units don't fight back against nearby enemies. Okay. That works for me. So Tango, the enemy's almost out of there because he got Tang 9. I believe that's like health is 7 out of 30, or soldiers. I'm not quite sure. All right, so Abel ended up taking Hill 2, location 2.
Able here. We've arrived at location Charlie here. This is much heavier than expected. We're getting down. We won't be able to move forward until our tanks have landed.
Okay.
Able here. Got a visual on infantry.
WWII holds a dominant position overlooking a bridge. Is vital to cutting off enemy reinforcements. Move Abel. Abel, move to location 1. Units move in straight lines to nearby locations, but take the fastest route to distant locations. Okay. So I wonder what we can do to help them here. Time enemies are shooting back. Morale decreases when fighting defense. Negates incoming damage. Enemy has a defense from being in a town. Using the church as a thing. So we'll go ahead and move you to where they actually are. Okay. So our morale is going down. I wish there was something I can do with these guys, but there's not. Yeah, there's nothing I can do with them. So Abel's fallen back. Unfortunately, Abel's morale hit 0, causing a panicky retreat. They must recover and regroup before receiving orders again. Okay. Need more troops. Debriefing clipboard list available reserve units. Deploy reserve infantry. Deploy reserve infantry. So we got Baker here.
Infantry, company here. You can call us Baker. We're at Charlie 11. Boots on the ground with
Alright, so we got Baker 11 here as well. So now they're going to help us out over here.
I think that's everyone. We've assembled
They're at Mike 9, which is over here. So defeat entrenched enemies. We must flank and surround the town. Now that Abel's regrouped, order both Abel and Baker to the battle to that place simultaneously. Abel, Baker, move to location 1.
Baker, form up. We're attacking. Arc-Levitai. We can see infantry at Arc-Levitai.
Arc-Levitai, that's what it's called.
Baker, enemy infantry hold up in that hotel. Spread out in advance.
Okay, so we're doing that. Okay, so I can't hear anything about any of them. Anything from headquarters? No. I got a pipe. I can smoke a pipe. I can drink. Can I, like, deploy anybody else? We sent the last of them packing. Alright, so let's put them over there so that they're close to each other.
Charlie here. Damn it. Half our tanks have landed, but the treads can't get traction on Stampede.
So here, half tanks have landed. The beach landings are going poorly, but we have our own problems. Enemy reinforcements are on the way. Order Baker to move to the left of the South Bridge. Baker, move to Hotel 10.
Baker, Roger. Moving to Hotel 10.
Okay. So I got Baker going on the radio here.
Baker here. We are here at Hotel 10.
Abel, Baker, dig in.
Baker here. Grab your shovels, boys. We're digging in.
Grab your shovels, boys. Foxholes provide defense, so it's a good idea to fortify strategic locations. We have some spare time while they dig. Why not read the officer manual while waiting? So we're not going to actually take a look at the officer manual, only because it just kind of lists stuff that we've already kind of, looked through, and it's kind of like common sense type stuff, so we're not really even going to look at this. Foxholes are dug. Let's get cozy.
Enemy reinforcements are arriving from the south.
Enemy reinforcement arriving from the south. Okay.
Charlie, those panzers, there weren't going to be any panzers here. You can't let them speak, or it'll be even more of a massacre.
Okay, so Baker and Abel are going to have to do something.
Able here. Got a visual on deck. Line up. The kill zone. Baker here. Those tanks are oblivious. Watch the ambulance.
Basically, yeah, just aim for the threads, and then we got some infantrymen coming from the east as well, some enemies. I wish there was something I can do from over here.
Enemy panzers are shelling off positions in the Baker. Enemies in the tree line. Aim for the muzzle flashes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I wish there was something I can do with these people over here, but there's not. I can move them, but that doesn't do much. Troops are losing. If you order them to retreat, you might save lives. On the other hand, letting those tanks get to the beach may cost a demoralized. Choice is yours. Abel, Baker, retreat.
Baker, we're regrouping as quickly as we can.
We're having trouble contacting your units. Try to reestablish with them. Abel, report status. Abel, report status.
Charlie, panzers are overrunning the beachhead. Gotta pull back. Get as many wounded as you can and get back to the boat. HQ here. All units are to withdraw. Destroyers will provide supporting fire to cover your retreat. Naval guns of HMCS Saskatchewan reporting in as call sign. Fox. No time like the present.
Naval artillery is available. Barrage enemy positions in Dieppe where red figurines are. Okay. If only I knew what that was. Fox, fire barrage at India 4.
Fox here. Raining thunder down on India 4. Fox here. Bombardment was on target.
Fox, fire barrage on Hotel 3.
Fox here. Coordinates confirmed. Firing barrage at Hotel 4. Fox here. Yeah, that was a direct hit.
Fox, fire barrage at Kilo 3.
Fox here. Artillery firing at Kilo 3. Charlie, can't delay any longer. Ships are pulling out. Fox here. I'm getting reports that did some real damage.
Fox, fire barrage at Hotel 3.
Fox here. Roger. Dropping shells on Hotel 3. Fox here. Forward observers report that the fire mission was...
We've evacuated all the troops and we can.
Charlie here. We got the better of us this time. We'll be back, though. HQ here. Time is up and the operation is over. All units sign up.
So we got defeated. Okay, well, we got defeated on this one. And this was just a tutorial, so that's going to go ahead and do it for this one, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys want to see more of this game, as well as let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of it. Let me know if you guys want to see some more on the channel and stuff like that, as well as hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys follow me on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that fun stuff. And I'll catch you guys here on the next video. Peace.